Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. He's back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cosmic Convergence Radio Hour.
Yes, I did use my Morning Mayhem opening, but it has been over a year since I have been in this room.
Yeah. No,
and actually recording something.
Well, nothing has changed here, so.
Well, some things have. I mean, the pandemic for one.
Oh, of course.
It's been
but
crazy to think about how things have changed over the course of the last year and a half, give or take. But we're here. We're ready. We're recording a show. It has been a while, but it is good to be back.
Of course, and we're actually using better equipment than what we have done in the past, which was like, what, 6 months ago?
Might as well have been at this point.
So we have a lot to talk about since the last time we had an episode.
Yes.
First and foremost, the biggest thing is I just checked some numbers recently.
Did you?
Yeah, we have had 303 total downloads of our podcast so far.
We've actually have people listening now.
Yeah.
Cool.
So for all of our listeners, we have
here at Lakeland.
Oh, and we actually have listeners on our podcast, which is the Cosmic Convergence Radio Hour with Big Tim and Dr. Love.
Yep.
You can find us on any of our podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anything like that. And I want to apologize to all of our podcast listeners for not having weekly episodes like we wanted to, but life just got in the way. A lot has changed for Big Tim and I, but we have some things we want to kind of touch base on. First and foremost is, obviously our numbers, but then a topic that I'm interested in is the MCU.
You've always been interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, of course, and things have just gotten a lot bigger with the MCU.
It's true.
So, first and foremost with that, have you seen the Loki series?
I have seen the Loki series, but I haven't seen them in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And it has been enjoyable to watch for the most part.
Good, cool. So, if you haven't seen the Loki series yet, you better get on it because there are a lot of plot points that are going to fill in with the next series. So,
what was your favorite part of the Loki series? What would you say?
Probably the ending.
Like when it ended?
No, like the ending scenes and how it's going to connect into the MCU, especially with the introduction of Kang the Conqueror.
Was that for sure Kang the Conqueror?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a variant of him.
Got it.
So, I think we are being joined by a guest today for once, and we might as well just switch from the MCU and let's have our first interview. Mike,
oh boy.
Big Tim, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
Well, this is Mike, a.k.a.
The only actual member of this organization actually in here right now.
That's true. Well, I am actually a former advisor of the radio station. It's only been since March since I wasn't anymore, but that's all right. So, tell us a little bit about your... I heard you made an album with someone recently.
I already did that interview.
Well, you got to tell us about it now.
Yes, you haven't done an interview for the Cosmic Convergence Radio Hour.
Okay, well, I also have to leave in like 5 minutes.
That's fine.
So,
give us a brief synopsis.
I'm not prepared for this. You guys should have me on some other time. Yeah, there we go.
That works.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna reschedule the interview with Mike, and he's gonna plan a little something for his from his.
Well, what you want later is an interview with Rip Hangerson and Charlie Wills.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the drift.
I might be able to get Charlie Wills too.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's something else that has happened recently?
Well, I took a trip to the Boston, Massachusetts area, and for those of you who have never been to Boston, Massachusetts,
which is pretty much all of our listeners outside of the United States.
I do encourage anybody who has not been to Boston to go to the city of Boston, check out different places like the Paul Revere House, check out the Old Stone Church, check out the Cape, the Massachusetts Cape, Cape Cod
I
in
have
particular.
been to Cape Cod, but not Boston.
Word of advice for driving in the city of Boston. Pretend you're driving in the city of Chicago.
So
And don't. Yeah.
So what you're saying, in the words of Dropkick Murphy, you're shipping up to Boston? Oh.
Yes, pretty much. The Paul Revere House is really cool to see. The Old Stone Church was cool to see. You can actually take tours of Fenway Park, even if the Red Sox aren't playing. I got a couple pictures with my wife outside of Fenway Park. Fenway Park is the home of the Boston Red Sox, of course. Boo, but, hey, Major League Baseball Stadium, can't complain.
There's only two baseball teams I don't like.
The Red Sox and the Yankees.
No.
The Yankees and the
is one of them.
Dodgers.
The Yankees and the Astros.
Okay.
So, you didn't go and dump tea in the harbor, did you?
No, but fun fact, they actually have dinner theater where that actually happens.
Really?
Yes.
Tell
There's
me
a
you
lot
actually
of-
got to participate in that.
We did not.
Oh, dang.
Darn.
Yeah,
Darn.
That's something
we
we're gonna have
started
to
with
do.
a week or so in Cape Cod. We went to Provincetown, which, believe it or not, you know how we always hear, okay, the Pilgrims first landed at Plymouth Rock. Technically, that's not true.
Oh,
Technically, they landed in Provincetown first.
really?
And they landed on a corner of the Cape up there near Provincetown. It's just to the northeast. It's a park now. It's literally called Pilgrim's Landing Park.
I did not know
So
that.
from there, they set sail and they landed on the actual Plymouth Rock, which
Yeah,
it's
because
just literally a rock.
the soil at Provincetown sucked.
It did. And it still does. No offense, Bostonians.
So, all in all, you had a great time while you were there. Then.
It was very enjoyable.
Good.
You know,
good.
we went to a Need to Breathe concert on that Friday night. If you've never heard Need to Breathe, you need to listen to them. Maybe we'll get a song or something in of theirs before we wrap up our recording for today. They're a, I'd say, soft rock kind of Christian band, but not really Christian band, if that makes any sense. I mean, some songs can lean that way, but not all of them.
Okay.
We'll probably play a live before we wrap up today's show here.
We'll see.
What have you been up to? Have you gotten to do anything exciting? Do you have anything that you want to tell
do
our
got
viewers
a
about?
couple of things.
Okay.
First off, I want to congratulate a couple of my friends who had a successful local Comic-Con. It's called the Great Lakes Geek Expo, I think. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me look it up here real quick. But the couple of people that were running that, I wanted to interview them, and hopefully next year we can get them on the show to interview them and talk about the Comic-Con convention. My phone is acting weird, so hold on 1 second here.
I've got to go now.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you for joining us for the short period of time on the Cosmic Convergence Radio Hour. You have a safe drive to wherever you're going to, and we look forward to having you on the show again. So.
Hey, could you guys wrap these up so Jeremiah doesn't kill me?
Oh, of course, we'll do that.
We'll take care of that for you, sir.
All right.
You're recorded on air as being responsible.
That's fine with us.
Yep. So, all right. So anyway, back to again. I want to just congratulate a couple of friends on a successful Geek Fest. It was called the Great Lakes Geek Fest. It was located in Ashtabula, Ohio. So we have our little own slice of comic book world coming to our little town. But yeah, they had a great successful show, and very popular around this time. They had it around Halloween time, and again, congratulations to those guys. The other thing that I've been working on personally is I'm growing a following on TikTok. Big Tim.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so essentially I have a character I've developed. His name is Professor Barnabas T. Winthrop, or Winthrop, my mistake. I can't even know the name of my own character. But anyway, right now we've just recently been doing some filming on a very short film, just to kind of get the feel of the water, with myself and a friend who plays a character named Rose. And the backstory to what we're going to be doing is there's a new dark wizard insurrection, and Professor Winthrop has been tasked by the Ministry of Magic to form a group to infiltrate and find out information on this new insurrection, which could possibly take over the entire world. So this is a little production I'm working on, and I'm looking forward to expanding on that. So this short film will be on YouTube under Chaos Dark Rider. I've also have the TikTok channel, which has little things here and there with the professor. The TikTok channel for that is also called Chaos Dark Rider. So follow me on both of those platforms to find out what happens in this short film. Let's see, what else has been happening around here?
So you're going to talk about Professor Winthrop, but you're not going to talk Professor Seeley, are you?
Well, Professor Seeley was just introduced last night, so you have to go and check out the latest TikTok to know who Professor Seeley is.
That's true. Well, we won't get into that right away, but that's okay.
Yeah. So, some of the things that we normally do around here, around this time, is Halloween hayrides. We didn't get a chance to do that this year, still because of the pandemic, but we're hoping to return to that next year. Big Tim, what else have you been doing lately?
Well, other than the trip to Boston, not much really. I mean, my grandma unfortunately passed away last Sunday.
Sorry to hear that.
But I mean, it is what it is. It was expected. It was not unexpected at all. Mm-hmm. She's actually really been battling the last few years off and on with illness, and COVID didn't take her. She had COVID earlier this year. COVID didn't take her. A lot of things didn't take her, but she just stopped eating, stopped drinking altogether. She was ready to go. I mean, that's all there is to it, really, in the long run.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Tim.
It's all good. We are making do with what we've got as far as that goes.
So, let's see here. Topics of interest. So, did you see that the trailer dropped for the new Spider-Man movie?
I have not. I haven't been paying much attention to much of anything lately, not going to lie to you.
Well, the title of the new Spider-Man movie is called No Way Home.
Right.
And you need to go watch that trailer, sir.
I can arrange for that.
Yeah. So, there's a big couple more movies coming out here. So we have No Way Home comes out in December, I believe. And the Eternals come out before that. But the MCU, like I said, I'm going back to the MCU from what we were discussing earlier. Everything is all converging on this point in time from Loki series on. So it's a good year for Marvel fans.
What are you looking forward to the most over the next couple of months?
Are we still talking about the MCU or just in general? Well, definitely No Way Home, because the end credit scene from Venom, the ending of Loki, everything's all coming together as it should be. So the timeline of the MCU is changing dramatically. So what are you looking forward to in the MCU?
Well, I was looking forward to Shang-Chi, but of course that came out. I'm a big action movie fan, and MCU plus action movie equals yes.
Yeah.
At all times. Over the next couple of months, I'm looking forward to the Hawkeye series. I think Jeremy Renner is an excellent choice for Hawkeye. He has been for the entire time he's been in the MCU.
And that looks like it's gonna be a good series too.
I think that comes out in November this month, I think.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Yeah, so looking forward to that, and we'll hear more about that as time goes on here.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think we should do now is take a little break here, and when we come back, we'll find some other things to discuss. And if you have anything you'd like to discuss, feel free to stop by S215, the Lake Effect radio station, and we'll see about getting you on with us.
Yeah.
See y'all in a bit.